Today we're going to look at simultaneous equations, which is a bit of algebra that you have to master because these questions are going to be on all the papers, both foundation and higher. We're going to look at the basic technique today, and then in the two further lessons we'll look at tweaking the technique. The good thing about simultaneous equations is that they're just going to be on the paper. Question will say, solve the simultaneous equation, and they'll look like this. And the basic technique's very simple. And what we do is we take one equation away from the other. So let's have an example of this. All right. So basically we're doing three takeaways. 2c take away 2c, 0. 8d take away 4d. Now by doing this, we've eliminated one of the variables. Now you might say, well, what happens if we haven't got the same number of c's in both equations? And we'll say, aha, we'll deal with that in lesson 2. But for today, we're just looking at equations where the number of c's or the number of d's is identical. And therefore, we can use this take-away trick. And once we've mastered the take-away trick, we're then going to look at tweaking it so that we can then solve all simultaneous equations. So once we've done our takeaway, we found that d is 8. So all we have to do now is a substitution. So what we're actually doing is we're going, I know, 8d, d is 8, so 8d must equal 64. And all we're doing is we're substituting. So we're getting rid of that and putting the 64 in. Then all we've got to do is solve this equation, which we would do in the normal manner. Slightly harder ones, but only a little bit, is where what happens if this equation here, which we'll call equation number 1, has actually got a smaller number there than equation 2, because then we've got a negative number. And the solution to that's very simple. All we do is rewrite it with the 52 equation on top. And then we can do our three takeaways. So in this case, f is going to be 5. Then once we've got found out that f is 5, we can then look at this equation here and say, okay, well, what's 5f's going to be worth? Well, if 1f's 5, then 5f's must be 25. So in effect, what we're doing is we're coming up here and going, yeah, I can get rid of that 5f's and go, that's 25 now. And then we can just solve the equation 3e plus 25 equals 37, which we do in the normal way. So, having shown you the basic idea, let's see if you can do it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pop some questions up for you to do. What I want you to do is write them down, press pause, go and do them, then we'll show you what the answers are. So let's clear off that. Let's go into the next question. And away we go. And here are your 4 questions. Now you'll notice this one you're going to have to rewrite because 53 is smaller than 37. This one's fine, you can just write that out as it's seen. This one you've got to rewrite with the 40 because 40 is bigger than 38, but this one over here we don't need to rewrite. Okay, press pause now and then go away and do them. And then what we're going to do is show you what the answer is. Okay, there is the answers. So I hope you got them all right. If not, we can have a look at them in a bit more detail in the lesson and go over them. Thank you for listening. That's very kind of you.